What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today it is time to jump up, whip around. Shit, I messed up. Jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin, because today we're taking a look at LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2. We finally got round to it, and Dragons Rising Season 1 is one of the shows that I recently watched all the way back last year, and it's what kickstarted this new sort of style of film review, show review, anime review, which we are now doing daily. So it was the catalyst to my new sort of newfound movie review strategy and newfound movie review ideals. So, with Dragon Rising Season 2, I absolutely love Ninjago. It's a childhood show that I love to watch, and it's very nostalgic, and I'm going to keep with it for as many seasons as it makes, no matter how long it goes on for, because I put too much time into it to stop watching it now. I have been watching this my entire life, so I need to keep up with it. So, without any further delay, I did watch this on ITVX, which has to be the worst streaming service possible because of the constant adverts at the start, at the end, and in the middle of shows, and the constant buffering that it has at perfect high quality. The show goes down to like 780p and buffers all the fucking time. But LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising, it is two teenagers from different worlds use their ninja powers to defend dragons from villains who want to harvest the dragon's life forces. So Season 2 picks up right where Season 1 left off, with Raz and the lead scientist running off to the wildlands and opening up a temple with forbidden knowledge inside, using the sort of source dragon power. They open it, and they're trying to summon a blood moon, and they have a load of different wolf masks to sort of give out, and they go and find a gong of sort of deception, which gives people sort of precedented power. It destroys all the goodness in them and gives them the sort of like evil devotion to be stronger. And one of the main characters is the Master of Wind, not the Master of Wind, the Master of Smoke, and he's called sort of like no, I forget what he's called. And Lloyd is having visions of this sort of blood moon coming, and he's worried. He's struggling to sleep. Aaron is getting scared because he just wants to find his mum and dad, and he feels useless because he can't master this new sort of spinjitzu power. And then Sora feels useless as well because she can't master her sort of newfound power either. So everyone's feeling a bit on edge here. However, we do have Cole coming back to the Land of Lost Things and bringing the group to, obviously, the monastery where Zane's chilling, and they go on their own adventure, and they meet a sorcerer, and they're trying to keep this bone character safe, this skeleton safe, because she's actually a spell. She's not actually a human or a skeleton. She is a spell made by this sorcerer, and she's being hunted by the sort of agency and also Raz, who want to use her to bring back the Forbidden Five, or the Evil Five, the Vengeance Five, whatever they're called. Very much Kung Fu Panda knockoff. And they basically hijack the Cloud Kingdom and hijack the spell as well. They capture the spell, and then the other group of ninja have to go and find this two big dragons, so Sora and Ryu can learn Spinjitzu. Aaron also learns to control Spinjitzu a little bit better, and everyone else learns this new dragon technique, which only Kai and Nia actually do learn in the end, which I think is quite cool. Instead of giving another power to Lloyd, give it to Kai, because Kai hasn't learned anything in a while, and he hasn't been useful to the plot in a good and hot minute. But we see one more scene of Jay, and it wasn't that good, to be fair. However, he is slowly learning that he is the lightning ninja, and he is the elemental master of lightning. And we find out that Wildfire is the elemental master of heat, and not actually fire, so it's not identical to Kai's. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Kai ends up getting used as a sacrifice, and the other ninjas successfully win. Raz runs away, and only one of the Furious Five escaped. And that's where the story really ends, with Kai stuck in this other realm with the skeleton girl, and that's pretty much it. That's where it ended. And I'm going to be honest, the animation style is as beautiful as always. It manages to keep up with everything else that Ninjago has put out lately. It is genuinely so detailed, with all the little sort of indents and the 3D designs on the sleeves, on the sort of front of the torso, on the back of the torso, and even in the hairprint. It is just so detailed and so beautiful. It kind of looks like it's been 3D printed on with those sort of bumps and lumps on it, and it is just incredible. Story wise, trying to split it up into a couple of different stories with Cole and Zane going on one mission and then the others going on another mission. It seems to be what all the Ninjago seasons have been doing lately by having separate characters on separate missions. And it seems to be what a load of other shows are doing as well. And it really depends on how many characters you have and how well you balance it, if it's going to be effective and works well, because every story arc has to be interesting. It has to be worth the time and has to be worthwhile. You can't just throw in a character story or like a side quest in there that isn't as sort of interesting as the other one, or the other one will outshine it and people will get bored of the other one and like skip through it or something. Like, I have known that to happen with people watching it, and it's just not right. You can't skip through a show. It's not allowed, but people do it, and I'm a little bit, a little bit upset with the treatment of Jay and Kai and Cole, as they are my favorite three. It feels like those three are the ones being replaced, with Jay being replaced by Aaron as the new funny guy, and Kai being replaced by Wildfire. And then, I know this isn't a direct comparison, Cole is slightly getting replaced by Sora, because these three characters are barely in it, whereas Nia, Zane, and Lloyd are. They seem to be like the new main guys. Pixel's still nowhere to be seen, which I'm a little bit shocked by. And same with Wu. Wu is nowhere to be seen either. So there is still the mystery of characters disappearing and not being involved with the show as much. However, I feel like the characters they have kept are the ones which I really don't like, and that really annoys me. Like, the characters that I don't like are still here, and all my favorites are basically gone, because Kai has been used as a sacrifice, Jay is otherwise an evil agent, and Cole is just barely in it. He's just barely in it. Like, his story takes the back seat, and I'm not a big fan of that. However, something that people aren't a big fan of is Cole being made bi. I'm going to be honest. I don't have a I don't have any deal with that. I think that's quite cool. Cole finally has a love interest, and I'm quite happy with that, because he did have sort of one with the King of the Mountain season, but nothing really ever came to fruition with that except for the Crystallized season, where he called on her to come and help in the final battle. But other than that, nothing really happened between those two. And his new sort of crush, his new sort of I don't know, his guy that he kind of likes is Geo, who is really good with his backstory based on where his mother got her powers from, or where she went to the underground cave system and met with all the geckles and mulch and merch, whatever they're called. However, this one is a mix of between, who doesn't know his parents, and I think they're a very good match just based on Cole's history, and I quite like his character design. I just quite like him as a character, so I feel like it is it is a good match, but a lot of people don't like it, and I don't know why. I don't get what they have against it. It's because now all the ninjas have love interests. Lloyd had Harumi or Humi, whatever she's called. Zane has Pixel. Kai has Skylar. Nia has Jay. Jay has Nia. And now Cole, who was always shipped with Cake, can now have a natural person to be with, which I'm quite happy about, and I like that, and I think it's sweet. But other than that, the voice acting is still as good as always. All the voice actors have come back for this show, come back for the series. But again, there isn't much else to talk about. The story is a little bit lackluster, especially with them training for majority of the season. The final fight was a little bit anticlimactic with the villains running away, and only one of the Furious Five came out, so it isn't really a huge threat. And the new spin jitsu that they learn is probably going to get retconned in a couple of seasons anyway, because it's too powerful, and it's happened way too many times for me to actually care about the new spin jitsu they're learning. They did it with the sort of air jutsu that they were learning, air jutsu, which was the one where they flew, they did it with the sort of true potential one, which Cole got from being surrounded by his element. He got like a true potential elemental thing. And then we also had another one which got retconned as well. I can't think of it. There was another sort of spinjitzu that they learned that was, oh yeah, the ultimate spinjitzu. It was like a stronger version of the normal spinjitzu. It every new spinjitzu they get is retconned and removed later on. So I'm not gonna get too attached to this dragon one, especially with their dragon forms where they jumped up, kicked back, whipped around, and spin to get their dragon forms, which was supposed to be this like Ninjago final, but they rebooted it with Dragons Rising and they got rid of all the good characters from it. So yippee. I'm going to be honest, season 1 was a little bit better than this one. This one was a lot shorter with only 10 episodes compared to season 1's 20. So this season did feel quite short compared to the other one. But I still enjoyed it. I still had fun. I'm glad I watched it to keep up with the Ninjago lore, and I am going to watch season 3 whenever it does come out. However, I am going to give it a 5 out of 10 because it was a mediocre season. It was okay. It's sort of middle ground. It isn't as good as the other Ninjago seasons that I watched. Nostalgia, like, based or not, it is just mid. I'm going to be honest. So, other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and let me know what other shows you want me to review, and I'll get on them as quick as possible. But other than that, bye-bye.